great column this week about Brandon Phillips and Jose Peraza. What's the future at the second base position? You wrote that that it's time to put Brandon on either on the bench or really just outright release him from the club.
Yeah.
What are you seeing in the future for second base?
Well, as I said, I don't think it's any knock against Brandon Phillips,
Right.
but he's not going to be here when they're good again. And they still don't know exactly what Peraza is. I think particularly defensively. You know, he came up as a shortstop. They think he can play second base or shortstop. But if he can, and they could find out over the course of the rest of the season, then they can move him to the outfield. So I think they have to find out about guys like that. I don't think it aids his development to stay in AAA any longer. So I think they have to move on, you know, and he's owed a lot of money. Other teams have done it. The Reds haven't done it in the past very often.
I was going to ask about that. Could a small-minded, I don't want to say small market, but small-minded club like the Reds, can they do that? Can they just outright give away $27 million?
Well, they haven't been in this position before where they're committed to a rebuild, and the money's spent. I mean, they're not getting it back. I think if they did it now, if they said you're not our second baseman, he may be more willing to accept the trade at the deadline. Whether there's any market for him now, I don't know. He's 35 years old. He hasn't hit much in the last 5 or 6 weeks. So. But again, I think the money's spent, so you got to move on.
He's the most popular guy on this club, I would say. Mike, can this team afford to lose Brandon Phillips for the gate receipts?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know about the gate receipts because no one's going to the games anyway.
Yeah.
But I will say, except Cubs fans, but I will say that I posted John's column this morning on my Facebook page, and instantly there's a lot of feedback from Reds fans who are like, "But it's Brandon, like he's the guy, like
he's that dude."
I mean, he is really sort of the public face of this team, and a lot of the response was, "Well, they're going to trade Cozart anyway, so why not just put Peraza short and live with Brandon?" But I think to John's point, even that's just a temporary thing. I mean, you got a third baseman that you drafted in Senzel. You've got Suarez that, you know, I don't know what the...
He's not playing shortstop. Let's stop that. He is not going to
But
play
if Peraza plays shortstop, where are you going to put Suarez? Second base maybe, right? Like, I mean, so you've got a lot of guys you have to figure out where they're going to play and what they can do at the major league level, and Brandon Phillips is not one of those guys.
Right.
I mean, he's not going to be here the next time they're winning, and on top of that, I think you have to look at it and see he's just not playing very well right now.
He's not hitting. I agree with that. I mean, with that, how much would that hurt to see? He's not a lifelong Red. He has played in some other organizations, but to see him not in the red and white.
All right, you guys. We got a lot of smart people up on this board up here.
Not me.
Lot of intelligent writers, thinkers, web
dreamers.
gurus, and dreamers right here. That's right. But if there is one reason to get down to that ballpark, and I'm not talking about going and seeing a game, hiding behind the bleachers in some Fioptic station, or even, or hanging out, you know, sucking down a couple beers. If there's one reason to go down there, it's BP, and his defense is amazing. Look, even this series are getting killed by the Cubs. The guy's out there making amazing plays, making it look effortlessly, and you know, hey, he's one of these guys that I feel like he said no to the Nationals, you know, and that was a big step. He could be on a winning club, so I still tip my hat to BP, and he is still that dude.